Okay. All right. So let's just get started. Okay. Um, Basically, we are going to do the outline now. All right. Outline is just just so that we understand how to draw it. Okay. And from there, we'll move on. Okay. So I want you to draw a straight line. Make sure
Ma'am,
you're doing it super light. Yeah.
all of different shades.
Sorry, your voice was breaking. I couldn't hear what you said.
Ma'am, can I also use 10B pencils?
What pencils?
10B.
You just type that down. What is that?
Ma'am, can I also use 10B pencils?
10B pencil. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, sure. I'll tell you where to use what. You can use those. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Awesome.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, actually, I'm having all HB pencils, and I'm also having charcoal pencil, in which I'm having soft, medium, and hard. So, can I
Hmm.
use three of them, or should I use the HB pencils that you are using now,
See,
or
this is
B
a
pencil?
charcoal art class, so most of the techniques will be used in charcoal. So use charcoal pencils. I'll tell you when to use what. You can use those. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Awesome. All right. So make sure your basic outline is
Excuse me,
super. Yeah.
ma'am, would you like to tell me what you are making?
I'm making an eye.
Okay, ma'am.
So I want you to make your outline super, super light. Okay. I'm going to make it a little dark so you can see it. Okay. Basically, we're going to draw straight line. Guys, it's okay. I understand that all of you have HP pencils. A few of you have charcoal pencil. I just needed that much to know. I'll tell you when to use what. So you guys can, use those. Okay. No issues. Don't worry. Mark 2 points. This is going to be how big your eye is going to be. Okay, make it bigger. If you can make it like at least this big. All right, now I want you to mark. I'm going to make a 3/4 to the side eye. Okay, so I want you to mark 2 points over here, one above, one below, to the side. Okay, around here. Yeah. Okay, now I want you to draw a C and an ulta C here. Okay. Now I want you to take a slight curve and join it to this point. Then join this to the C. Okay. And I want you to take another very, very slight curve. Okay. It's so light. Can you see? It's like just a little bit. Okay. And then I want you to join this to this part. Okay. Now I want you to draw another C over here. All right. And a circle over here. Can you see the circle I'm drawing is a little bit elongated, mainly because I'm drawing it to the side of it.
Hi,
Guys, please stay on mute. If you have any doubts, sure you can unmute yourself, ask your question. You can put it in the chat, okay? But don't unmute yourself unnecessarily, make noise and do things like that. It discourages the teacher, right? That is me. So don't discourage me, please. I had made it a little bit of a curve over here. I didn't like it, so I just removed it. Always feel free to erase, okay? I feel like a lot of the times people don't like erasing their work. And I've also seen even teachers say that, you should not erase your work. Come on, we have erasers to erase. So erase, okay? Feel free to use all your tools. I'm just drawing the exact shape right above it. Can you see? Doesn't have to be absolutely like precisely exact, approximate. Okay. Now I'm going to draw a slightly slanting line and mark my eyebrow. This is where my eyebrow is not going to be. This is measurements for a side angled eye, right? So keep that in mind. Okay. So I'm drawing a slanting line and marking another point here. Okay. So in the middle here, I'm going to leave almost the same size as the eye over here. Okay. And mark my arch. So my eyebrow is going to be here. Now I'm just going to erase all the additional lines like the slanting line, the straight line, the center line. So as of now, just try to follow as much as you can. Don't restrict yourself thinking that everything should be exactly the same. Okay. So I'm just going to draw a slight curve under it. So if you're not able to do it on your own, what you can do is you can draw a circle in the air like that. Okay. And only in the starting and in the ending, you can just join this. Don't join it in the middle. I mean, like just draw these sections. So for those who want to know, I'm actually having a reference image right here. And I'm drawing Swami Vivekananda's right. Okay. Now I'm going to take my charcoal pencil. Okay.
Ma'am, if you just can unmute yourself for once.
Yeah.
Guys, I've actually muted everybody because there's a lot of disturbance that some of you guys are creating. At the end, I'll let you all unmute one by one. You have to raise your hand and let you unmute yourself, and that's when you can ask the questions. Yes, ma'am, you can continue.
Thank you. Okay. So I'm also going to outline the circle. Okay. And now I'm going to hold the pencil in the middle at an angle like this. And very lightly, I'm going to outline this. Can you see the difference between the darkness? So this is the darkness we need. If you have 4B pencil, you can use 4B pencil here. If you have 2B pencil, you can use it with a little more pressure, or you can use 6B with lighter pressure. You can use normal pencil, Pavitra, get in Apsara or Natraj. Wherever I'm doing it dark, use more pressure. Wherever I'm doing it light, use less pressure. Simple. Okay. Now, I'm going to draw slanting lines next to each other. So this is basically called hatching. Let me just show it to you in the side. Yeah. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw slanting lines next to each other like that. Okay. So again, make sure you hold your pencil at the middle or in the corner. Okay, it takes a little bit of practice, but this is basically used like, whenever you want to draw lighter, you should hold it at the corner so it naturally gets more lighter, and hold it at an angle like this. Don't use it like our pencil. We are so used to holding a pencil like this and writing like this, correct? Don't hold it like that. Hold it like this. Okay, and draw all your strokes in the same direction. So in my reference, the highlight is over here. Okay. So if the highlight is over here, the highlight is going to be over here for the whole eye, correct? So the shadows are going to be over here and on this side. See, don't complicate it. Just understand it like this. Shadows are basically the darker sections. Highlights are basically the lighter section, as the word itself says, right? Like, highlight. That's where you have most of the light. Okay. And in the middle, we have midtones. Midtones are basically where you have little bit of darkness, but not too much, like that. Okay. If you want to achieve realistic results, always play with these, right? Shadow and highlight. Just follow my strokes for now. I will explain more about it as I make it. As I progress. Okay. Now, I want you to add more shadows in these sections. What we are going to do is we are just going to go over it with another layer of pencil. Can you see as I'm adding the shadow, it looks more and more 3D, right? As we progress, observe this, okay? Keep my words in mind and observe it. As we add more shadows and more highlights too, of course, is the last step. But as we increase the tones, it is going to pop more. So that's like the, that's like the best tip you can find for like how to get very realistic work to play with shadows and highlights. Like once you achieve that, you will get a really good image. I'm just gonna add a little bit of darkness here. So far, are you guys able to follow and are you finding it easy? Let me know. Guys, did I just put you all to sleep? iPhone says yes. Awesome. So I'm going to take a tissue paper, okay, and I'm just going to fold it into a box like that. All right. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to fold it 3 times. Okay. 1, 2, and then again, and then again. Okay. I'm just reusing a older one. And we are going to blend it in circular motion. Yes, Ayush, you can use cotton. Circular motion. Use tissue or cotton for this Dipali. Brush, not so much, like not for this technique. Of course, if you are working with powder, we work mostly with brush only. Powder work is super easy, guys, compared to this. That's what I always tell in my classes. Like, powder work is so easy compared to this. But a lot of us don't have powder, right? So I'm just gonna repeat the first step again, okay? That's all I'm doing. I'm just gonna repeat the first step. Just gonna add a little more shadow. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. Just gonna blend only the shadow part. Okay. Now I'm gonna take my makeup brush. Okay. If you don't have makeup brush, as I told you, take your earbuds. Okay. I'm using a makeup brush. I'm using the smallest size. And I'm just gonna blend the top part. Now I'm just, because I'm using charcoal, it's a powdery medium. So I'm just going to extend it like that because I have charcoal in my brush. You can kind of do this with graphite, but not so much. If you're not able to have that much powder, or you're not able to draw it like that, you can just use your pencil, draw very lightly on it and just blend it. Okay. Now, in the center, I'm going to draw a circle. And on top of it, I'm going to draw a diamond shape. Okay. Now, I'm going to draw a ulta U-like structure above it. And I'm going to fill in all these sections. The circle and this ulta U part. This diamond is going to be empty. It's our highlight. Okay. Now for the center part, I'm going to fill this section with strokes. Okay. It's going to be straight down strokes. Okay. And it's going to be straight to the side strokes over here. And it's going to be curved strokes over here. Now I'm just going to blend all that in. See, whatever is the direction of your stroke, blend it in the same direction. So now we are first going to blend the top part, and then I'm going to blend the circle, and then I'm just going to blend this part with the similar stroke, and down here it's going to be downward stroke, and to this section it's straight, right? Basically, what was the direction of the stroke that we added on the paper? It's going to be the same thing. And I'm going to fill this section with C, C-like stroke like that. Okay. Just a second, guys. I feel it's getting blurred in the middle. Let me just adjust the lighting also. So I'm going to blend this in the direction of the C. So if you don't have your brush, for all this, you're using your earbuds itself. Okay, we are not changing our tool. I'm just going to use the same charcoal to add shadows here. So whenever you add shadows inside the eye, right, use circular motion. See, remember, whenever you need smooth finish, use circular motion. Whenever you need texture in certain places, use the direction of the texture. Okay. We'll just blend this shadow a little more because I can see a lot of texture there. And I'll just go over with this section again. Okay. And I'll add more shadow to the corner. See, what did I do? I increased the tone over here. I just drew once with the charcoal pencil there, and I added more shadow to the corners here. And I'm just blending that off. And I'm going to blend this section also. So while blending, see, whenever I'm using brush, remember you're using your earbuds if you don't have brush, okay? So I'm going to blend it a little to the towards up, like, just a little above the line. And I'm using circular motion. As I told you, I need smooth finish here, right? So I'm just going to use circular motion to blend this. What is circular motion? Basically to draw circles on the paper. Okay. Now I'm going to add I'm basically hatching up below it, all right? Like, remember, we drew a line here. So we are basically just adding more shadows to it. If you can see, I'm not doing it very dark. Try to keep it very light. If you're using normal pencil, for all these sections, use a 2B or a 4B. Okay. Are you guys finding it easy so far? Let me know. Do you have any doubts? Have you finished? Do you guys have any doubts? What do you mean, Ayush? I didn't understand your question. Awesome, right? So now let's just get started with the eyelashes, okay? So since this is bending to the side, right? It's a sideway eye. So you're going to start from here, okay? And we're going to draw straight, almost straight lines here. So before that, I'll tell you what kind of strokes I want you to draw. I want you to draw tick marks. You've all seen this, correct? I want you to draw tick marks like that, okay? I'm using a gray paper, which is 300 GSM. And as it moves to the side, I'm going to move my strokes to the side. And towards this side, I'm going to move the strokes towards this side. See, basically what we are doing is, have you all drawn this? Wait. Have you all drawn this sun as kids? We have all done this, right? We've all drawn a sun like this, correct? Yeah. So remember this when you're doing this. In the beginning, as the curve moves, the stroke moves, correct? We're not drawing the strokes all like this, correct? So in the center, it's going to be straight up. As you move to the side, it's going to be bent to the side. I'm going to draw really, really tiny strokes. Okay. What am I doing? I'm basically drawing tick marks. We want to draw really, really small eyelashes. Okay, so make sure your strokes are small, tiny, tiny ones. Okay, just small, small strokes. Okay. I'm just going to add a little more shadow over here. So I'm just going to use my charcoal pencil. And then I'm just going to blend it. Right? Now, let's just add a few highlights just for the eye. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a pencil. Sorry, this is an eraser pencil. You can use an eraser. A lot of us won't have this. You can use a normal eraser. Use the corner of the eraser or cut your eraser and then use the corner of it. And you can do the same thing that I'm doing right now. I'm just going to add the highlight. Remember that diamond shape we left over here? Erase the whole thing. And very lightly erase this section. Okay. And under the eye. Sure. This is the eraser pencil. I'm going to add a little highlight over here. You can see right now I'm adding just smaller section of, yeah, it is an eraser. Iphone, what's your name? Can I know? It is an eraser. You can do the exact same thing using a sharp corner of an eraser. If you have a new eraser, use the sharp corner of the eraser and you can do the same thing. Okay. So now that we are done with the highlights, I'll just blend it in a little bit so that it doesn't look too awkward. Like, it should not just hit your eyes like how it was hitting your eyes before. So now we're just going to do that. Okay. Okay, so guys, have you been able to follow so far? And do you have any doubts? Guys, do you have any doubts?